He came out and did his verse, but it's kind of remixed a little bit. Obviously, he's he's in politics now and stuff. So, and he came out in a suit, so he's cleaned up a little bit and just seeing where they went from to where they are now, and the fact that they came on stage together. It was a nice moment. I enjoyed that bit of it. So, it was Little Kim came out and did the Little Kim thing. Obviously, Jada and Sheik came out. So, but there's a whole host of more people that probably could have come out, but at the minute, the people that are still like ain't really like happy with Diddy with like the money stuff with it. So no Mace and that.
Ain't going away.
I think that was cold. Just seeing that. And then seeing people obviously like Nella Rose at the BET Awards, Harry Pinero.
Yeah,
he just hit $1 million on the gram as well. So
swear down.
All those things are cold. So just seeing that
shouts to Harry Pinero,
was dope. I was like, yeah, no, this is cold, man. Like, I know there was, I think, obviously Lil Nas X had his issues, but then they didn't pick him, but they picked two other guys. I was like, okay, cool. We'll give Fols Santana, and then what's my man, the old Don that's always dressing his ass off, that wears the dress sometimes, the fashion guy. The older black gay guy that's always on the red carpet.
Was it RuPaul?
Not RuPaul. Let's test our gay knowledge quickly. I forgot the guy's name. Something Porter.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Bill Porter?
No.
Billy Porter?
Billy Porter.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it was funny seeing Nas X had his issues, but they're like, I shout, man, we got these two guys
the
over here.
Acceptable gay.
Yeah, just firm that, innit?
What was the issue though? That they just didn't nominate him, or
I think it was a nomination. He's come out and said other things since in regards to how he was treated behind the scenes, innit? So he feels like BT have an issue with him, innit? So,
is what Giveon tried to say as well.
Yeah, because
Giveon, man, why did you have to do that, bro?
R&B coin is in the mud, bro.
I was like hailing you as like, like a guy with a special, unique voice in this current R&B generation. Like I was, everyone has an off day in it, but that was just a terrible day. And you were looking at the mic like, nigga,
help me.
Yeah. Mike ain't gonna help you, bro. That comes from within.
What was killing me though, people said, it's justice for Justine Skye, innit? Like,
my babes. Yeah. But she's bad vibes. So,
Wow.
I don't know that to be true, but we'll go with it. So, but yeah, and he had a bad day in office, and that's why I've kept on saying that R&B coin is in the mud, because that happened, of course, with the verses, Ray J, Jeremiah, Mario not having good performance. So it just shows as well that like it can happen to people, innit?
It can.
Being on a stage and singing live is not an easy thing, innit? So
it's not. But this is what you prepare for, innit?
Yeah, it's your job.
Like, and especially like, I'm sorry, man. Like when you're still relatively new in the game, like this is where you have to be flawless. This is where your longevity kicks in.
But what it is, I think as well, we also got to factor in, we're in the height of social media. If you go back in time, bare of our goats, whether that's in comedy, because it's not easy to be on a stage and speak to people, innit? Have been booed off stage. What's the classic I think it's called Live at the Apollo, where I don't know if they bang a gong or they hit this wooden thing. So bare singers have gone. I think like Lauryn Hill was there and got booed. Like people in their early stages have like shit performances, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just that way in this era now where like the minute you do something slightly off, we're gonna cook you on Instagram, Twitter, and it's gonna live longer and that. So it's like, yeah, it's your job and that, but trust me, better singers than them have had off days.
Better singers have had off days. Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen singers that have been or have had shaky vocal moments, but they've managed to salvage it. They've managed to turn it around. Like, like you go through the breakthrough stages of your career, you need to always show up. Do you know what I mean? Like in all aspects.
So it expects people to be flawless every time they come out.
Not every time, but this is a big moment, bro.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Big moments come up and seize your moment.
Big moments come up. I remember, say what you like about ChrisBrown, yeah? I remember the VMAs one year where he was still the young sensation.
Yeah.
And there was a VMAs where he performed Wall to Wall, and he done a little Michael Jackson medley, and he done Umbrella with Rihanna, and then he done Kiss Kiss, and that was like a defining moment for him, because he was really what they said he was, like a performer. He can dance, and he's doing the singing thing. Like it was like I have to get this performance right.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that this is the case for Giveon where he's on the brink of superstardom, but like you're at a point where it's like, right, I'm here now.
The only thing that does save him though, the album released recently.
The album was great.
Very good album. We'll speak of that later.
Yeah,
very good album.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but he's someone that we don't focus on your anything else but your voice.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Your people say that your voice is unique, and we like you don't do anything else. You don't dance, like you don't do all the gimmick stuff. Like he's someone that like has a very kind of old soul aura about him. This nigga looks old. He looks young, but in like
Christ,
1965.
Put your gun away, bro.
You're not backing your boy.
No,
it's outrageous.
no, I'm here with him. Like, I'm shooting as well, but
he doesn't. All right, so he doesn't look old.
No,
but
don't backtrack.
He looks like a 25-year-old in 1965.
So he looks old, bro. Don't try and clean it up,
Like
bro.
how they would dress and that the haircut is.
Boxy suits.
Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
he's looks war ready basically. Like
He looks like he's about to kiss his woman goodbye to go off to war.
Okay, cool. Is that a man you'd wait for? Is he? Or you wouldn't wait for a man?
You'll be the Donny.
You see, you're not a good woman.
I didn't actually say anything.
You'll be the Donny in the army that will be singing to keep the spirits up.
It's true.
Everyone's got to play a role, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so if that's what we focus on, then you got to get the vocal like right, and it's it's not a fast song, bruv.
No, I'm with
singing it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Singing. Do we have an equivalent with the podcast? So it's like if we have a live show and that man can't, no stumbles, no fumbles.
You can't stumble and
You don't
fumble,
stumble and
but
fumble because we're speaking, innit?
No
like,
dry spots.
But
it's our thing. We're not up there singing and dancing. We're not juggling like our job.
but
is to be
if
up
we
there
were,
and
we'd be
sing.
ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's not me you're gonna come out in bars.
Okay. We was talking about the BT Awards. You see anything? If we just went to the toilet, did you see any BT Awards clips, performances?
There was a performance that I saw, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. So
Okay, thank you for your
you're
contribution.
welcome. Who had the big performances?
It was Diddy. I was referring to. He
I
had the
didn't see
medley in it. So Busta Rhymes came out for him. Lil' Kim came out for him. Shine, The Locks, and I think he ended, if I'm right, with his new song with Bryson Tiller and who else on the song? One other person.
There is one other person on there, but I can't remember who it is. Yeah. Decent song. Obviously, he spoke about his new record label, Love.
Yeah.
Diddy actually produced a great album, Last Train to Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that if he taps in, he's capable of doing something. So with this first single, it's not bad. It's not like anything like, that's made the R&B.
It's not going to shake the world. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, it hasn't shaken the R&B scene where everyone's like, oh shit, Diddy's coming.
Yeah.
But I'm confident that he's going to rope in a lot of friends to come in and write and produce some good
He's
stuff.
not going to be short of people because he's going to spend the money as well, I hope, to have the people in the right space and have the creative process in it. So,
yeah.
And I can't imagine when, you're trying to do black love, the black power thing and calling yourself love, that you're going to then do bad business or traditional
Men are
business
mad.
in music, innit? So
it will just be interesting in who he picks in the songs that
it's going to be all the young popping people, innit? So all the people you can think of is going to utilize them in some capacity, innit? Whether they will make the eventual album.
Yeah, I don't want him to do the super obvious thing. I want to see if he's really tapped in. But
when you're Diddy, I can't lie to you, he's not going to be, and I'm not looking for that from him, bro. Because all we're going to ever do is hold him against his old work, and he's never going to beat it. So just go and get the most popping guys, which is what he's going to do.
I can though, because he demonstrated that in the Last Train to Paris.
What of his old work does that beat? Are you arguing a different point? Because my thing is, you're not going to beat your old work, like classic 90s R&B, hip hop, soul.
No, I'm just saying that the space that he's in, I'm not looking for him to go back to that.
Yeah. Do
you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him to see whether he is actually about this thing, because there's a lot of the obvious ones, but I want to see him actually pick certain producers that aren't necessarily the big names, but
On
they're
everyone's
producing
radar.
great music.
Cool. I just think if
I
Last
want
Trade to
that
Paris
to
your
be the
reference
centre.
point, I don't know if we could what you were looking for him because he did not say this is going to be R&B because he was speaking about bringing R&B back.
Yeah,
innit?
but there was still a lot of soul in Last Train to Paris. Do you know what I'm saying? There was R&B on there. Like he had Trey Songz, Chris Brown, Usher, like on that album. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a case of seeing if he can curate something that's good and not too obvious. But that's just my personal preference.
I understand the point you're making. I just think that he won't do that. Like, all those names you named, those are the people that I expect to see on the album. Personally, like again, innit? Like he'll go and try and make music with those people in it. So, but we'll see. And I just hope it's good in it. So more than anything in it, because he's definitely been given all the space to succeed. It's like it's very clear everywhere, especially when, like, in my opinion, when you're like one of the biggest people in music, you know how to maneuver stuff behind the scenes. It's like everything is all a rollout. So I'm gonna get this award. I got my song. Was it the Billboard Music Awards where he did the song and he hosted the show? He's getting like, not jump the queue, but like I can just do my thing straight away.
That's what it is.
But that's why because I'm Diddy in it. So.
It's definitely a queue jump.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I wouldn't be surprised. Like he's got his name holds weight. He's got presence everywhere within the realms of entertainment. So it's just, you know, we're gonna see what he does next with, and also he's gonna feature on there. Like he features on this song with Bryson Tiller, and I just didn't think that he needed to be on this one.
Yeah, not
Ad-lib.
rapping anyway. Yeah,
ad-lib on it.
Yeah. What you're saying, produce it, so curate, get the talent and that, and don't make it be centered around you, and then we'll probably get a really good album. So
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But I've referenced a few times, even today, maybe the last couple of weeks, about, you know, Chrissy maybe not being a good woman. You know,
what have I done now?
No. I was just, you know, just a nice segue. I want to talk about, you know, a Bad Vibes ambassador, enemy of the state. We've all been watching Love Island.
Yes.
Ekin Sue, aka Egg and Stew. AKA
people are wicked.
Yeah, people are wicked with the name remixes. Yeah, she makes for good TV, man.
She does.
She makes for amazing TV, but she's a wicked woman.
She's delusional.
Yeah,
she doesn't live on this planet with us,
bro. Ekin Sue has come in to audition for a role on Corrie after Love Island.
Ekin Corrie, is that the move?
It's got to be one of the ITV produced ones.
Oh, you're not going to let her talent go across the road to like BBC? Go extend this. Okay, I hear
Snap her up.
Yeah. You say lifetime contract.
Get in the Rovers pulling pints.
Bye.
Causing passer on the cobbled streets.
She's just lawless. She's actually lawless. But I didn't like what she did with
Michael O's daughter?
Yeah. That was very mixy of her. Like, I almost feel like that was staged because there's no way
she didn't even let the argument the thing marinate.
Exactly.
She just got up straight away.
They must have known. That's
a wicked woman, bro.
Bro,
Nah.
she was on a mission. I was like, rah, they haven't even finished talking about this shit. She's already on the other side.
Ridiculous.
And she leaves it, and then
they're all calling Dammy's name. But that's what you get when you're trying to be the HR department.
But is it his fault? I feel like everyone's always going to him and asking for advice, and like, I left like I can't pretend I watch every.
Bro,
episode
I don't mind it. The women hate it. The women don't like their guys friendly in it.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Right, what are you giving out advice for? You're
Bro,
not fucking Deirdre.
where are you living?
No.
I said Deirdre,
Yeah. Relax.
Bro,
Google it.
they don't want you to hug more than 2 babes out in public.
One of them better be your sister.
And her.
I like you.
I like man obsessed, clingy.
Women want you to hate other women.
Yeah, crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That goes totally against you lot's campaign.
Yeah, we'll get to that after. I feel like you've got an agenda here. But yeah, she's a wicked woman, Ekin Sue, man.
Ekin Sue is there to cause chaos, but
I love it.
without that, what do we have? We've
Dry.
got losers like Luca and Jacqueeze that are just crying all the time, bro. That's how you lose your woman, bro. She don't rate you, bro. If Paige, if Paige, was the real villain that she was supposed to be, she would have just went with Jay when he went off on his strop.
She's a people
Let's talk
pleaser.
about that. So like that's like I've got back in the loop last couple of days. Yeah. Have you ever been too cool for school where like me and her's just kind of cool? It's not like that, but you love her, innit?
So you love her,
but you love her. That's your wife in your heart,
Bro.
a cinnamon apple.
Yeah,
that is growth. What I'm seeing right there is a young man that is dumb, and he's gonna realize how dumb he is when he looks back.
because
Bro, he gave he basically said crack on.
Crack on.
Boy, don't tell a woman to crack on.
We get to cracking.
Bro, you be outside the yard at Ray J in the rain.
Bro, you be out, smoking crack outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, he told my man like basically like kind of moved to her, but then position it back to his babe that like I kind of told him to obviously do his thing. But obviously, I know like our thing's solid, like he wouldn't even go there, and she's almost looking at him like, because I don't think she's a ditzy. She plays out to be, because she plays a bit ditzy. The page babe.
But bro, he put something in his Rolodex that he's gonna continue for the rest of the time on that villa. I opened up to ya.
Oh,
I'm like, okay, so
are you a tin of corned beef?
But that's the vulnerable nigga
Stupid.
101. That's not like I've never told a babe I like her this much.
Oh, what? All of a sudden, you told me to crack on 24 hours ago.
But it's sick nigga tactics. So it's like I now position myself as a victim here. So the clip I saw, they're both in bed, yeah, but they're both sleeping with their backs to their partners, innit? So they're both facing each other, innit?
And holding.
So then like obviously he's taking her for like a walk in the dead of night, innit? Obviously TV's so dumb because they have to put their things on with their mics, innit? Which makes me laugh because this whole conversation seems unnatural, but we'll run with it because it's Love Island, innit? So he sat there with his head in his hands. He looked like someone just like stole his dog. Man, he's perplexed, isn't it?
And I'm like, they're breathing on the mic, man. Get this shit off my television, bro.
It's good TV because I know that sick tactic. Because now you're putting the onus on her. Like, how can you do this to us?
Mate, I wanted her to just say fine and go with Jay.
But I think the problem with the Jay Don is that like he's probably not as fun as my man. Or
He's just hench for no reason.
He's just hench and like handsome. So it's like.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
But he'd same again. Once he starts talking, I think he dry as hell, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like she doesn't know what to do, innit?
He don't know how to bamboozle. It's an art form. Buy
the manual, man. Link in bio.
Yeah. Yeah. Link in Fols' bio.
My bio? Don't do that to me, bro. I'm not saying anything over
I'm
here.
just regurgitating what my friends say.
Nice try. But yeah, it's just another example of like maybe pretty privilege on the man's end where it's like you don't have to do too much. And now he's actually having to maybe chase a babe. Because then I'm watching him saying that like she's not giving him much like the following day when they're having breakfast.
Oh, he's
and stuff.
very unwell. It's like, since I opened up to her, like she hasn't been the same. It was less than 8 hours ago.
But
if I told you that I love you there and then,
that is
like,
part of his marketing campaign. I opened up to you.
Like a tin of beans.
Bro.
No,
he's
man,
dumb.
Let's enter the toxic a little bit. Like you tell a babes like I really like you. And what? Yeah, you said it back in the next 2 seconds. Are you sick? Like me back, man.
Love me, bitch.
Mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, but you're doing it as an emergency card. It wasn't.
It's a Hail Mary, bro. We know the play.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, man used his finishing move when he had nothing else left.
You saw someone else closing up to your babe, and now suddenly you love her.
Yeah,
his behavior.
I opened up to you.
His behavior was so smelly when he wanted to go to the pool. And Paige, I think she went to get her water bottle,
bro,
or
and then she came back, and then
just gonna keep interrupting me. Or?
Sorry, go on.
Okay, thanks.
Talk to that man.
So she went to. Jack said he wanted to go to the pool. I think she went to get her water bottle. Then she started speaking to Jay. And the way that Jax was behaving was so unnecessary. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to be mugged off and like, I'm done with it. I can't be bothered. What? But then her, like a mug, she's sitting there comforting him.
The play's working, man.
Nah, it's
recognized game.
No, thank you. That just gives me like a babe that can be easily manipulated and I don't like it.
Is she young, the Paige babe?
I don't know. Like,
are we invested in the Black Love coin? Is it still Team Dammy in India?
Forever.
Yeah, man. Okay. She deserved to be loved. Because
I've seen a little snip. Obviously, we're recording on Tuesday. Obviously, this is the podcast. This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever part of the week you're in. as we're recording, I see a little snippet of what's the little sexy game they play where they've got a test the heart rate thing where they dance on other people's.
Oh, that's tonight.
I see a clip of India throwing that ass.
Listen,
I haven't seen
this was the content I was waiting for.
Yeah, this is Love Island After Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks incredible, man. I hear it, man.
Yeah, man.
Good
Damn,
black
salute you with all your piercings.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, investing now? Are you invested in black love with these two?
Yeah, no, I love it. I want them to win.
Do you think Dami likes India?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So he's beating the colorism allegations and charges and stuff.
Oh wait, what?
No, because usually it's like, if the black guy's in there,
nah, they always put that on the man there.
He wants a babe of a lighter hue. You know, so when they say black guy, like with like when it kind of got proved right in the end because man seemed kind of bothered. He's not really into her like that because he probably likes a certain type of babe. I was asking, does Dami fit that
Dami didn't give me that
with
vibe.
the Camden piercings.
Yeah, does Dami fit that profile or is he into India? But you think he's into India?
Yeah.
Nah, he's definitely into India, man, for sure.
But then when Casa Amor comes,
I don't think he'll be swayed. I think he'll be the one that won't be swayed.
Okay.
I think so too.
Unless.
No, he can't.
But India's see India. She's top tier, and they don't speak about her enough.
She doesn't get enough airtime.
Yeah.
She needs it.
Yeah. I even see a clip of the Remy brother when he came out and he was talking about some of the argument stuff he's had in the villa. I think is it Jack? I think it'd been quite aggressive and stuff, but obviously they don't show that in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, he didn't necessarily have that great a time in the villa. Obviously he was in there a short time, but they pick what they're gonna pick. But it wouldn't shock me if Dami and India probably had even more fun and better times, but it's just not made the edit.
Do you know what's really interesting? The unseen bits on the weekend.
Okay.
I think on that one, it's on a Saturday at 9 o'clock. I think you really get to see a different, like the dynamics of people outside of the storyline that the producers are trying to push. Right. The moments just seem a bit more organic. You get to see more of your faves and just funny stuff that happens during the day. More
natural.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're seeing a lot more of the antagonist babe.
Get Out.
What's the other one that we haven't seen at all?
Danica.
Why, bro? Like,
I told me through this, as a woman, like Davide, man just lips the babe, and it didn't pick her. Like, you can't kiss me like that.
Because then
you crazy?
You can't do that. You what?
We shared saliva, bro. We go together now.
You want to just real bad.
What's going on here?
The way he tongued her down as well, it's like he was consuming her. Like, have you eaten?
My man, he stole all her senses. It's a good tactic.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he was flexing on her, innit?
Okay.
You know the type of don that he is and how he's talking. Like, you know, if the opportunity, like he's biding his time, like with
anyone.
Ekin Su, I think.
You think they're gonna get that? Is that the?
He's like, if I wanted her, man could just go and grab her now, innit?
And you can't talk with that big talk and then go and spin a block on her, bro. I know this is Love Island. But stranger things have happened.
She said it though as well. She was like, "Once you've closed the door with me, that's it."
Yeah,
but those are always famous last words.
Yeah, so who's gonna stick it on who? Words? Who's gonna test who's gangster?
Ekin Su, she's wild.
She is wild. Like the V-Day is the Donny that just obviously he's handsome and that, and he knows that some of the girls in there find him physically attractive.
Yeah.
So when you've got Danica that's just there, and then you've got Ekin Su who's a wild card, like he's vibing. He's doing Inshallah and vibes, bro. But
that's dangerous. You still got to have some level of tactics, bro, because like
but
you can't be spread yourself so thin and then you're not going to have a serious enough situation.
At this point, he's like, I'm not going to win this thing, but I'm going to see how long I can stick around for. The longer I'm in here, the more bag opportunities.
So you're saying insert Denzel clip? I'm leaving with something.
I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with
something. I'm from around the way, you know. That's only from the road, you know.
Denzel's a real nigga.
Yeah, bro. I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, you have different characters. Some people might just be there for the experience genuinely. Some people clearly there for the bag.
Bro, who was the Donny in the last season that was clearly just there for a holiday?
Oh, Curtis.
Yeah, just there for vibes, bro. Like, son, how many weeks?
6 to 8 weeks, I think it is.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Nah,
These men are wishing for that long of a time.
Who else is on there?
After
Have there been any other women being scandalous?
Tasha.
Tasha, with the old face Don. What's his name?
Charlie.
Yeah, might as well call him Charles.
He looks like
about
Charles.
68.
Okay.
Charles.
You're a dickhead.
That old nigga named Charles.
Charles.
Might as well be Charles. Yeah. Like, I was like, wait, what?
What did she do wrong though in that situation?
It's not what she did that was wrong, because obviously anyone can be swayed, innit? It's Love Island, it's a game show, whatever. But it was just how she was talking about Andrew, and then one little 30-minute date in a hot tub, and all of a sudden she's bamboozled. What was it? The champagne?
It was the bubbles.
So yeah, she had Donnie on the ropes.
Who? Andrew. Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of his feelings were justified. So I don't even put him necessarily in the Luca and Jax bracket, because them guys are what you call fuckboys. The real definition.
All right.
Speak on it,
You're
King.
cuffling right now. Go on. Let's go, man.
Telling you, bro. Nah, bro. Like, I was watching it and I was like, really? Is this how the man them behave?
I've got a theory behind it. That's not man them. I do have some other powers, and that's how some people in certain communities do move a little bit obsessive with their women a little piece. That people don't really know that much about.
Too as well, bro. Don't get it twisted.
Fair. But let's keep focusing on them right now.
Agenda.
Let's keep the light on them.
Agenda.
Let's keep the light on them right now, because those things don't shock me. Like even I watched a little clip of the blowback of after Ekinsu dropped that bomb about Michael Owen's daughter. So then her guy was talking to her and he was almost angry and upset. That like, rah, I wouldn't have said that though. Like regardless of what homegirl said about you posted, like, okay, basically if another guy came in that was 100% your type and maybe you got along better, he's like, well, this is kind of like the end of the road for me.
Hey, so she got bagged, boy, because she was defensive immediately.
I think
I don't feel like she was in the wrong.
Because
she went in the wrong.
Number one, she wasn't even the one really expressing the opinion. She just agreed. Someone basically just said, "Raw, if someone else came in who's 100%, we're looking. This is like 100%,
bro.
Your
what she was spitting was facts, and I wish that she stood on it more."
But my man was trying to do the bamboozle thing, innit?
Bro, that wasn't a bamboozle thing, bro. That's a manipulative type of thing.
But that's the cousin of manipulation, isn't it? Bamboozling.
And if I say it now, I'm the bad guy.
Content.
now you're trying to content your way out of it.
There's no haha in that one. There's no haha there, bro.
Okay,
but
sorry.
she's dealing with a Donnie that is a few years older than her and has said, "I'm obsessed with ya."
Yeah.
Do you know what I love?
And I'm like, bro.
She's very although she's young, I feel like she's quite self-aware, because when he said that he like, I'm obsessed, her face was like, ease me up.
Yeah.
And she's not love bombing, they call that. She's not just seeing it as like, oh my god, he's obsessed with me, he loves me.
That's why Rihanna left Drake.
Understandable. He's so wet.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
what you're both saying about that, I fully agree actually, the age thing, man was trying to play the manipulation came with her, and she is quite selfish because that's like the second time she stood up to Ekinsu.
You know what? It's not. I can't even call it a manipulation thing, but it's just.
You just did.
I'm going back on,
what
I'm saying, It's just him. It's as if he's just secured his first baddie, innit? But it just so happens that she's 19, right? She's attractive, and he's like, yo, on paper, I've got my one. Man was talking about a future. Man was talking about after the villa. She's
Holidays,
19, bro.
dogs.
Her sights aren't set on you.
Vans, when
long
she finishes,
term, bro.
She's going Mykonos, bro.
Fam.
As soon as Love Island's on, she's like, she at 19, you're always on holiday, bro.
She don't want for anything anyways, bro. Her pops is like 40 M's up.
Bro, she's going to Mykonos as soon as this is done, bro. She's going to go listen to Drake album in Mykonos.
Fam.
You ain't lying.
Because she ain't heard it yet.
Bro. Exactly. Yeah. She's just there, bro, like, and they're gonna do their thing. Maybe like if they do come out of it together, she's gonna do the little PR thing, maybe not. I'd rate it if she's not.
I reckon she's gonna drop him out in the villa.
Casa Moore's coming, bro.
Yeah.
She's ready.
Yeah.
Let them head stern, bro.
Because there's only so much of that can like happen where like my man's okay. Maybe he's saying it's not manipulation. Maybe it is bamboozling. Maybe it is just he secured his first baddie. But whatever it is, it's gonna eventually drive her away a little bit because you can't keep trying to like have those weird conversations where it's like, oh,
he's insecure.
just because I wouldn't move this way, I'm upset that you're moving another way. And she hasn't even. It's not even happened yet.
Bro,
it's just a conversation.
Do you know how like I know that they would rather not tell him and they tread on eggshells around him when Dami was like, yo, like it's not that deep. Like you have to say that to him, like, yo, like I'm not even gonna tell you what's been said
because you're gonna blow up.
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because they know that he's a Donny to blow up, and she's walking around. Oh, so everyone knows, and you're not gonna tell me.
Like, relax,
I'm like, bro,
brother.
relax, bro.
Oh, I look like a
man,
mug.
that's the bamboozle. That's the manipulation, man. It is, man.
Relax,
it is,
bro.
Man. It is. Oh, yeah,
chill out.
Love Island's a very, very interesting case study, man. So we're invested in a black coin. Yeah,
so much.
Okay.
It's a game show. Let them give it to India and Dami. I'm rooting for them all the way.
Yeah.
Any whites that we like?
Do you know what? Like I aside from like this whole situation with Jay and Jax, I liked Paige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet girl. Seemed like a sweet girl.
Yeah. I like
I want Ekin-Su to stay in as long as possible.
Ekin-Su's like for the entertainment value.
100%.
Oh, you got to keep the wild card in there. You need that.
She should stay.
Who else is in there? Antigone? Is that her name?
Yeah.
She's calm.
But she's just
there with a raspy voice. I just want to pat her in the back.
You're kind of feel like giving her best Macy Gray impression.
Bro, like all the man are giving them coffee in the morning. Give her some Vicks.
You're so
Abaniki Rob, bro.
Yeah,
give her something. Like,
if you give her Abaniki, she might blow up, bro. She might explode, bro.
She's a singer as well.
Jesus Christ.
She's a singer, yeah, man. Like the man them were managing her.
Man said he wants to burp her. I can't believe it.
Look at that sweetheart.
Yeah,
who
man.
else
Help
is
you
there?
out of that. So
Tasha, Paige, Ekin-Su,
just
Danica,
name the whole villa, innit?
Yeah, that's it. I think.
Yeah, there's not that many anymore.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes to next. And obviously, Casa Moore's when things get spicy and interesting. So they're definitely going to throw some. Whoever seems like a really strong couple is they'll always target them and test them in it. Like throw in the guys like type on paper, throw in the girls type on paper and see if they like if their love is really loving like that.
This is where the ITV research team comes in and starts like hollering at their brethrens outside in the outside.
That's what they got to do. Just go on your gram and see who you've been liking the most. And that.
I want to see my explore page.
Yeah, just full of Bible quotes.
Yep.
Dogs.
Yep.
Liverpool.
It's not appealing to ITV.
Yeah.
It's not
is
appealing to the show.
Salah going to Real Madrid?
Sorry?
This isn't touchdown fracker, but go off.
Not that.
Okay.
No.
I just heard some chaps talking about it in the shop. That was all.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Someone did allude that he wanted to leave today at work, but I haven't paid attention today.
Okay.
I think he will stay, but yeah.
Me too.
I think you lot will eventually pay the money in that.
Yeah. I poured out some Henny for Mane leaving, but
he deserves it, man.
Shouts out to him, man. He great 6 years. Salute that Senegalese king.
Spectacular 6 years.
Doing bits in his community.
Just cut the hair, bro, man. That's all, man.
Wow. You hate black
Coming
men.
from you.
No, just cut the hair, bro. If the hairline's receding, cut the hair, bro.
Oh.
Power still power, even if it's like 50%. Yeah.
I found like him. I reckon he look good with the short thing. Just all bold it off.
Bold thing, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, hair means a lot to people, bro. Can't just let it go.
Fair.
He's not thinning. It's just receding.
Oh, so he's got a strong hairline, but from like midfield.
nice football term. Shout out to our sports correspondent. I told you, you're not a good woman.
What now?
You're a wicked girl, Marcia.
How did you say the bitch's hairline starts from midfield? Nah, that's insane.
Man said DM, you know.
Bro.
Oh, man.
Just sitting in the pocket.
On the halfway line. Alright, Chrissy, you're not a good woman at all, bro.
I said Fabinho.
Alright, chill out. Let's respect our Senegalese king, man.
Oh, mate.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I don't want to obviously sour the mood, but we a serious topic. Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Got overturned recently. By the basically Supreme Court in America. What they basically did is like they're no longer going to enforce the law. So what they're doing is they're taking it away from central government and leaving it to the local government, to the states. So whatever, California, if they decide to no longer enforce and be like, you know what, abortions are illegal, that's on them. Legally they can do that. And there's been a lot of blowback over the last like few days in regards to this. A lot of people aren't happy. I don't know what you guys have seen, what your thoughts are, what your opinions are, what theories you may have on why they're pushing so hard to ban abortions. I've seen some interesting things as well, and I want us to like have that little chat. So yeah, we're all in the loop though in regards to what I'm talking about. Right?
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. I mean, to the question that you just posed, like I'm not sure as to why they're so. I'm gonna
send you something as well. Watch it.
Pro on banning abortions. I don't know. I don't get where the thought process comes from. I don't get where the policing is coming from in this day and age.
Capitalism.
Yeah, maybe like
Can it literally be that simple?
I don't know. I obviously need to be educated, like in this entire topic, like, you know, to really have that rounded discussion. But obviously, just from a headline perspective and just reading up on these laws is insane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so is it just in the state of Texas?
No, so each state can decide
right
if abortion will be legal in their state.
I don't understand.
Says the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade on Friday, holding that there is no longer a federal constitutional right to an abortion. Going forward, abortion rights will be determined by state unless Congress acts. So literally that what we were saying earlier. So I think even without like going too deep into theories and conspiracy theories, on a base level, yeah, when I see that initially, I'm going to be really frank and honest, yeah, it was giving me archaic, third world, war-torn, maybe deeply religious nations. No disrespect to anyone's religions,
yeah,
but, you know, stuff that you might see in some of the Muslim world, you know, any countries that are fundamentalist Christian Catholic world, like
really religious Catholics.
Yeah, you know, those things don't surprise me in it. So, but when I see that coming from America, I'm like, you guys are you know present yourself as, you know, leaders of the free world. You know, come to America, liberation, all this stuff. Of course, there's a lot of cap, but you've got to sell it for people to come. I see that, I'm like, yo, this is kind of mad. So my gut starts like, yes, I know how I'm raised and blah blah blah, all the X, Y, and Z, Christianity. Not to respect no one, but I don't support that. I just don't see what good that does for anyone, because the people that are gonna want to have an abortion will still find a way. What's the film? Is it Backstreet Abortions? What's the white actress? She's a legend as well in cinema. I forgot her name. I don't know. It wasn't Meryl. No, I don't think it's Meryl Streep. No. Yeah, I can't remember. But there was she played her really well in it, and it just showed that like there will be those people in the alleys, in the corners, you know,
definitely
underground. People will find a way, but the danger with that is less regulation, unsafe. People are going to put themselves at more risk because of desperation, isn't it?
In America, they're currently I don't know too much about it, but they're currently what do you call it? Baby formula. There's a massive shortage of baby milk.
Oh, okay.
So what sense does it make for a nation who is already struggling to, you know, keep the people that it already has alive?
Yeah.
You're now potentially putting more people on the planet. So some families, for example, if you have 4 or 5 kids already and you're struggling.
Vera Drake was the lady. That was the film, yeah.
If you've got 4 or 5 kids and you're struggling, you don't want to have a 5th. You cannot afford it. If you have someone who, like healthcare is not free in America, for example. So if you know that the child's going to be born with a really serious condition, like spina bifida, I think that's one of them. Yeah. You're now bringing this child into the world. That means that person's going to have to stop working. Then they can't afford the healthcare. So all they're doing is driving a much bigger wedge between the rich and the poor. Ultimately, these people who because just like you said, if you have the means, you can go to another state, you can go to another country even.
The rich people are going to do it, so they will go to states. And what's really so interesting is like the people that push for this the hardest, their childhood has done, and they sweep it under the rug. Or the women that obviously will vote in blocks with their husbands, the white ladies that did with Trump and stuff, a lot of them in the young years have done them. And it's not to me to demonize them. It's like, how could you have done one yourself when it was good for you and be pushing so hard to ban them now? Like, is it just that you're just falling in line because this is basically people are playing politics possibly because they want a good voting base where we pander to the Bible Belt and the Deep South maybe, because these are the states where this kind of thing, like the minute this went where it went, they're going to enforce that very quickly, like this is now illegal.
I think what happens as well, like, or what I kind of see happening is where I said you've then got like you're growing, birth rates are slowing down as well. Yeah. That's a big issue. These people then have all of these children, people that can't afford to have the abortions.
Yeah.
It's effectively them building up the workforce, because as soon as that person is of working age, they're going to be in a position where it's actually life or death for them to join the workforce. Yeah,
and then you're gonna gaslight the poorer community and usually a lot of ethnic minorities saying they're having too many kids, X, Y, and Z, but you're doing stuff that's literally directly opposed to letting people plan family planning, basically, like making a decision. Now, I know people can have different opposing opinions, but my major issue with the religious argument is it's like, I don't know if there is a leaderboard or like a hierarchy when it comes to sins and that. Let God be the judge. But if you ain't living by the book, by the letter of the law, by the letter, it's like, oh, this is wrong. But you're over here doing, like everyone kind of, in my opinion, everyone kind of face their front. Let whoever needs to judge be the judge. And in the day, God giving people free will. That's how I look at things, innit? Like, and everyone's gonna have to live and die by decisions, right or wrong. Yeah. So just kind of leave them to it. And aside from that, I just don't like that kind of authoritarian style of governance from people in power, where it's like they're having control over your body. We're already under so much control, knowingly and unknowingly, with so many things. We don't read the terms and conditions. We just swipe right. We just press accept. Like, there's so many things. We're under Oba all the time, CCTV, Face ID, all this stuff. And a lot of these things make life easier, but it just allows them to be on us and watch us more and more. And now you're in my womb, you're in my house, you're in everywhere, bro.
When this is like the ultimate invasion of a human being. Like when you're pressed about what is happening internally in a woman's body. As a man, like, why is your interest here?
It wasn't just men, by the way. Though, so. And that becomes the angle. There's one black guy, Clarence Thomas. It weren't. He's getting called a coon. They're flogging him and stuff. And
it weren't just, but you know where it stems from, innit?
There's obviously a lot more men in power, so I get it. I understand that, innit? So,
someone made a very valid point that, excuse me, they've been able to do this, which seemed like them overturning Roe v. Wade seems so far-fetched. And
they've been planning. It's not overnight. They've been planning.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like, okay, it's not going to happen. Like, the people are going to fight the power. Someone was like, now that they've done this, what stops them from delegalizing? What's the word?
English.
Yeah, it's actually escaped me.
Hey, nah, I'm sorry. Don't look at me.
Hey. I can't save you. Don't save her.
Shut up. What they've said is that now that they've been able to take away abortion, will they take?
They're coming for the gays next. They're coming for the interracial couples next. Dr. Umar, you're going to be happy.
Wow.
Love versus Virginia. They might come for that next. Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, you know, to some people, it's like, oh yeah, we're going back to how it was back in the day, blah, blah, blah. Like, really advocating for this stuff. But, you know, we live in a society where there's going to be a lot of people that are going to protest to this.
And what's going to happen?
I don't know if there's going to be outcome or a turnaround. I'm not sure. But
it affects poor people. So.
It just, I don't know. It's just there's going to be more eyes on it, maybe because of, or especially in America, because this is the biggest news on the
Look,
continent.
it can happen in America. It can happen. Like, we should be very worried about our rights over here. We had this whole human rights bill for the second time. Priti Patel's been found to be acting unlawfully with regards to these detentions and deportation stuff. Things are happening on our backyard as well.
Oh yeah,
that are
we
very,
need to
very
actually because we lay down and allow for a lot to happen to us.
Yeah,
where it doesn't benefit us in any way, shape, or form. We're all suffering
because we're getting oppressed by bills. Like it's so much stuff to try and pay attention to and be on board with. Those local elections recently, I know a lot of people I don't think we even really spoke about that too much on here as well. It's like you can't. It's very difficult to have the attention span for everything when you're literally trying to survive and pay your bills, isn't it?
Yeah.
But something like this is such a big talking point because it is like this is one of the when we speak about politics a lot on here. We speak about single issue voting.
Yeah.
So there were people that Democrats, Republicans, Conservatives, Labour, they could have 9 things against in regards to your key things. But if it's that one thing, it's like immigration, NHS, abortion, that will supersede all the other 9 things, and you might vote for that party because you believe so strongly in that single issue. And these are the things they use. And it's like you were saying earlier about people speaking about how they managed to get this done. When Trump was in power, if I'm right, I think he elected 3 of the justices that are on the Supreme Court right now. So they've been prepping for this. Yeah, this weren't an overnight thing. And I think
we discussed it before.
Yeah, I think that needs to be looked at as well. It's just people are picking people to kind of benefit them in the lawmaking process and making certain decisions. It's a very big game, innit? But you're playing people's lives, innit?
It's so crazy,
which is why it's so brazy.
And women in America now, especially on the poorer spectrum of society, they are we're further in hell because
facts.
In certain situations, they should be able to have the choice.
I more than anything, it's just that it's just having autonomy over your body, which is my thing. I know some people say, maybe we need to move towards more Christian values, or if you're going to do the liberal thing, safe sex is always there. But we're all adults. We know shit happens, and now off the back of shit happening, you're now having to deal with a real life decision where someone should be allowed to, whether they want to be public with it, whether just be allowed to go make a decision for themselves. And more than anything, it's just taking that power away from the citizen to decide what they want to do with their body. For me, is crazy, innit? Because if you can take away that power, what other things are going to happen, innit? So even if you have maybe some misgivings or you're not sure about your opinions on abortion, sometimes I feel agenda stuff is good, where it's close rank and see this for what it is. It's they're potentially and very possibly coming for absolutely everything. Because if they go, they're passive to this, well, they're passive to that. Okay, they're passive to that. We might be able to own them again. They might be passive to that.
And it's that, I don't know what the full analogy is, but just basically speaks to when you have people who, you've got an issue going on here and you're like, not my problem. You see something else,
fear
it's
of
not my
NIMBY,
problem.
not my backyard.
It's not my problem. But then by the time it comes to your issue, there's actually no one left.
It's in your living room.
There's no one left to stand up for you.
Yeah.
And this whole world is going to hell in a handbasket.
Do you want to play that clip, the last one I sent? Because I was before we had this conversation, I was asking about theory. Someone's and I think a lot of people have this theory that of why this might be happening.
You gotta keep talking still.
Yeah, so I think it's a clip from Jane Elliott, the one I sent you, Vans.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. It is from, I think from an interview she had in it, so it's about 90 seconds long, but yeah.
I've seen that.
Technology don't fail us now.
Don't fail me now.
Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now.
Really frightened. And right now, white people are really frightened. If you don't understand the destruction of Planned Parenthood offices, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you haven't read the book The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute. And he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, the main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country. He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Now, I'm not misrepresenting this. I'm telling you almost exactly what he says. He says there are 3 things we can do to solve this. Number 1, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Then he says, and these are his words, not mine, unfortunately, we would have to pay women of all colors to have babies, so we don't want to do that. He says the second thing we could do is increase the number of legal immigrants that are allowed into this country every year. Then once again he says, unfortunately, the vast majority of those wanting to come to this country today are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing he says, and women had better pay attention to this, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? And if it doesn't, I want to know why it doesn't.
Need I say more? A lot of people said this over the years that, like, you know, the white race is shrinking, you know, especially with, like, you know, immigration,
like contamination
migration,
of our pure
you know,
Aryan blood.
Yeah, interracial dating, diluting of bloodlines, whatever, however you want to, like, hold the discussion. I think that highlights the point quite perfectly, isn't it? Comes from someone that's quite well esteemed. She's one with the brown paper bag testing. Was that someone else? I can't remember. What was her infamous thing she did with the school kids? She's famous for an experiment. She's famous for an experiment. It might have been a doll or something. I can't remember what it was, but she's famous for an experiment, and like she's held in quite high regard, isn't it? And yeah, I've heard a lot of people like share those same sentiments, that like they are very scared about losing their numerical advantage, and also the workforce. We need more people. Like I said, it's capitalism. Slavery was byproduct of just capitalism, where it's like, oh, these people are they're products, and we get them for free essentially, and we can make them work to the bone. It's capitalism. That's how they look at it. But it's so sick and sadistic how we view human life, where it's like, oh, okay, cool, number crunching. All right, cool. We're losing this percentage. Let's get it back. And the person she's referring to by the birth dearth was someone that had the ears of the most powerful men in the country. Yeah. So it's not far fetched to say that, like, these theories of like permeated government and, you know, all the institutions that matter, why something like this could happen, where they like, you know what, let's overturn this thing. Because it's like, as much as we've learned over the last how many years that America isn't Disneyland, what we was kind of sold growing up, like,
someone said it's third world with a Gucci belt.
Man, I thought I was gonna go American spirit. I want to live like Will Smith. I thought this was the land of milk and honey, you know.
Paved with gold.
You find that very quickly.
In our lifetime, we've seen a Trump in power. We've seen a Trump in power. So it's like, we've got that. We can do some more stuff, bro. Like that doesn't end there. I think it's all byproduct of having someone like him in power, where we can do something like this. Yeah. So, yeah. Very interesting talking point. I'll be interested to see our listeners' thoughts and opinions, or where they feel. I'll be just see if anyone has any opposing opinions. How you feel if you're against abortion. And I want to know the reason behind it. I'd want to have that chat. You know,
I think you should do a poll.
Maybe we'll have to do one. You know, or very minimum, just use the hashtag.
And get involved,
absolutely,
man.
Get involved in the conversation.
I know that there's going to be a lot of strong opinions on this. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just one of those things where it's going to pull that from you because of how crazy it is. Yeah. You know, but there are going to be supreme contrarians. Yeah.
Good luck to that country.
Yeah, good luck to the country, and good luck to the rest of the world, because landmark case. Yeah. And I wouldn't be shocked if other countries follow suit at some point in it. So yeah, if they haven't already, I'm sure there's a country where like gay marriage is banned. There's loads of things that like banned in other countries. So, you know, it kind of just is what it is. But before we do get out of there, there's a lot of new music. I was joking about, you know, R&B coin being in the mud. On one hand, I am a little bit wide on the mark because we've had some really good albums released. Breezy, ChrisBrown released his album.
Yeah, 10th studio album, Breezy.
This is the first time I've listened to
Amazing Feat
from top to bottom properly in the last few years, because he's released so much music on that I could never really get through it. But this one I've actually been able to properly listen to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of his, so his previous albums, like, you know, the super long ones, I did eventually get to listen to all of it, and I liked them.
Yeah.
Right. But I also know that it was just excessive. It was more quantity over quality, and it forced me to sort of like create my own version of the album from the 40-something songs that he created.
I couldn't. No, I didn't listen in its entirety. I think I'll get like halfway through and I'll stop. I just could never listen to it properly.
God make our enemies that jobless.
And here's the thing, yeah, about Chris Brown, which I think a lot of people get lost in the argument when we're talking about him, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we obviously over the rollout, there's been a lot of talk about of how talented he is.
Of course, yeah.
And comparing him to Michael Jackson. No, he's more talented than Michael Jackson. It creates conversation, but obviously you speak to the man himself and he's like, all of that is cap. Like, we've all got his DNA somewhere.
Would you expect him to say anything different though?
No, because I know that he's heavily influenced. Like, if you listen to his music now, you will still hear certain songs that he does, which is an ode to Michael Jackson. Of
course, I don't even give a shit really about that argument. It's hilarious. People can have it, but yeah, I wouldn't expect the artist to say, like, it'd be stupid to come out and say, yeah, I'm more talented than Michael Jackson, because he's just gonna get flogged, isn't it?
Yeah, he will get flogged, but obviously just for the sake of talking about his talent versus the music that he puts out,
yeah,
there is something for me that is like, all right, cool. I'm talented. I'm super talented. How he constructs his music is what I think is the best of Chris Brown, because like he's really, he really knows how to make a song, right, in the studio. But then it just makes his album just cool. It's good, yeah, great. But I don't know what Breezy will do in 2 years. I don't know if we're still talking about Indigo or Heartbreak on a Full Moon or Royalty, like all of these albums that I like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But they're just cool because I know that like he can whack out music at a fast rate. He's doing all of these songs, like he was on Big Boy, talking about like
he stays in the studio basically.
He stays in the studio. He recorded like, you know, near enough 250 songs that he had to break down to 22 songs. Here's where the problem may lie.
So are you trying to lean more to the argument we need more quality than quantity, and that might be hurting? So those albums are like, if this was like a new emerging artist, we might be ranting and raving, say these are like amazing bodies of work, but because of what you know he's capable of, and where people are trying to position him as like the MJ thing, you want that conversation to be, even if you don't agree, you want there to be more legs to that by like him giving us a classic album. Basically.
I can't disagree with people when they say it's a good album. I enjoy it. I've been bumping it since its release.
Yeah,
like I could pick out. I played the song with Wizkid. I think it's just vibes.
I like Harder on there. I think Harder's really good.
Do you know, like and Chris Brown has developed this thing, right, where he's got Back to Sleep, Privacy, and on this album, Warm Embrace.
Yeah,
the video that he dropped with Normani, another excellent piece of work. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you're gonna do the dance thing, and that's another thing that I rate about Chris Brown, he made that thing obsolete after him. Because like he was like the last one left.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Usher
last
like,
of the Mohicans, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Usher did that.
No, but what Van's saying is like we were joking about Giveon earlier. Brent Faiyaz probably ain't got no moves, bro. Giveon don't dance. Bryce Till ain't got no moves. Like it's not their thing, innit? Everyone's moody, wears sunglasses and hangs out in the corner. And
he's in his 30s now, and he's still dancing at a high level. He still values dance, which is also great. So yeah, like it's an album that you could be satisfied with, but like placing it in a specific conversation, I'm not sure. It's not like an album that will stand the test of time. I don't know when the last one was. Do
you think he didn't have to try too hard to make this album?
I don't think so. I think this is normal for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's at a level where he could just, it's normal.
Yeah,
So then is it on him to take it to the next height, or is it on the young whippersnappers to like up their levels to put a bit more pressure, like linking it back to having that Drake conversation about like, you're comfy, innit? Because also I feel like Chris Brown, he services the music industry very well. So like if you have a Chris Brown feature,
he's the go-to.
You're gonna like, I always bring up this parallel, yeah, and it's never to be disrespectful, but like Casanova has a Chris Brown feature. Young Michael Jackson, it's a good song.
Hook.
It's a good hook, but where he was positioned, Wrigley's advert, all the stuff pre-Rihanna, if he was meant to go to where he goes to, yeah, no disrespect, no offense, I don't think that would have been something that Casanova would ever been able to achieve and get a Chris Brown feature. Like some people are like, the gap between you and them is so big, they're too big for you to reach, innit?
Do you know what? Yeah, like, and obviously this is where the part of the argument where we speak about the man and the artist, yeah. It's obviously, it's clear that we don't fuck with that element.
Of course.
But it kind of placed him in a place where I think you would want him to be. This is the kind of music that I want Chris Brown to make. I like when he was doing, if they tried to center him as a pop don, I think the way music has gone anyways, I think he would just eventually gonna mold into the artist that he is today anyway.
Okay. So this was his true calling, basically.
Yeah, because like,
but maybe with a bigger push, bigger look.
He's still possibly a big seller.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he still makes the labels happy, still makes the fans happy, and he still fills out arenas. And
that's what I was saying earlier, but he services the music industry very well.
Yeah,
you're gonna tick all those boxes. He's gonna keep a label happy. He's gonna keep the machine happy. So you can go over there, you can help my man out. You can do this. I also service myself well because I have so much music where I can leverage that with a label. So whether I'm licensing my album with them, whether I'm signed to them or not, whether I've got a partnership or whatever, because I'm Chris Brown, I can kind of write the rules a bit better for myself. But the actual music, I think, is maybe suffering a little bit. Like the music isn't dead at all. The album's very enjoyable. And like I said, this is the first one because I struggled. I couldn't do it. Where I've listened straight through an hour and 20 minutes. Is it 24, 25? How many songs is it?
For Breezy, on Breezy, I thought it was 22. Let me just double check.
22. It's too many.
That's a lot for me personally.
Way too many.
You know?
And like, you know, you've got you're 24. He put Iffy last because it didn't really go. Yeah. Even though it became a little bit of a guilty pleasure, I can't lie.
Oh, you started liking it?
Yeah. But, you know, he's got a couple features on there.
Yeah.
He starts off with Till the Wheels Fall Off, where you kind of, man's still talking about Karuchi, innit? He said, but he's not going to say her name. We know he said he's not going to say her name this time.
Okay.
But we know that you were chatting about her, innit? I think he's still...
But yeah, bro.
He's still hurt there.
Get to the Singing in the Rain. Get a bit personable. Like, give us a little bit more review, innit? Like, you know, maybe that's what it might take to give us the career defining album, innit?
I think he does though. If you listen to his albums, like there's certain songs where he opens up. This time he's rapping. He's got Dirk on there.
Yeah.
On the intro.
Do you prefer Chris Brown the rapper or Chris Brown the singer?
Oh, singer, absolutely.
Singer.
Like, I don't want to hear him rap too much.
Yeah.
He's got Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio
Fols.
Chill out.
He's got a tune Possessive with Young Blue and Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne Spaz is on there.
I like that song. It's a really good song.
He's got Lil Baby on there, Addicted. They're going on tour with each other, which is another huge thing because
again, service in the music industry. Well,
you know what I mean?
We're gonna fill out these arenas, isn't it? He's gonna be fine. It's like the album is way better than Subpar. It's just
Blasters on there, Jack Harlow.
Okay.
LMA. I like the song with LMA.
She sounds good on there as well.
She does. The subject matter I don't think is LMA-esque. Like, I wanted her to really...
I hear it, but
do you know what I mean?
Don't pigeonhole her. Let her get comfortable.
I really wanted her to...
You want LMA to get into a sexy bag, get a little bit scandalous for us.
Say some things where I'm like, oh, LMA.
So Ella.
Her again is on the album, and yeah.
Have you listened to the album, Chris?
I have no desire to.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you not?
No.
Are you not?
Chris Brown. No, I don't ever seek Chris Brown's music out.
It always finds you.
Yeah, like I'll
Because
see it
Chris
on.
is just everywhere with it, innit?
Like
Yeah,
I'll see it
he's not-
eventually.
if it's not his own song, he's on someone's song.
Yeah.
Feature. Yeah.
He's
Like,
always on
it's always
someone's
there.
song, bro.
Yeah.
I know that with his songs, the ones that are considered I know that the ones that are standout, I'll hear eventually because people will be tweeting about it all the time, and
they
then.
hit the TikToks, the dance element is there as well, and the challenges, that stuff.
But other
So
than that, no, I don't dislike Chris Brown, but I don't.
yeah, no, it is what it is.
Candy Drip is the R&B album to beat from the R&B guys.
Okay. All right. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giveon.
Good album. Good album.
The intro was
Good album, Vans.
The intro wasn't what I expected from Giveon. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not even sure if it was highly anticipated or not, but I was waiting on the album.
You know, I'm a cat for R&B, so yeah, for me, give or take, innit? Give and take.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Give or Take, innit? When I got to Trying to Be, I don't even understand how many times I ordered that song. Are you right there?
You good?
Bless you.
Yeah.
Did you sneeze your handle to your elbow? Sorry.
Yeah.
15 songs, 45-minute listen.
Perfect.
Perfect. It's
That's what I
nice.
need, bro. That's the commute right there.
Yeah.
That's the first half of the commute, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
As in-
mad.
To work, innit? And second half is home, innit? So
I'm not mad at this one because he's a really good artist. He's talented. I just wanted him to, give us something solid.
okay.
And yeah, it's something that I'll be listening to for months to come.
Yeah.
So yeah, another good like R&B project, bro. Like
Yeah, so maybe the R&B coin ain't necessarily in the mud, but
it's not in the mud.
It's dirty.
Man. I think for that side of it,
yeah,
they just misrepresented. But Mario did it justice because he was doing R&B, what R&B dons are supposed to be doing, which
Yeah.
is sing.
yeah. Just take it back to that, innit?
Yeah, man. Like obviously he's gonna do the ultra R&B thing where he wears a windbreaker with nothing underneath.
Ultra R&B. Not ultra R&B.
This is ultra R&B shit.
No,
Coat with no top on. That's ultra R&B.
That is ultra R&B.
I feel like leather jacket with nothing on. That's like
Yeah, no,
boss
that's
level.
R&B 101 right
Yeah.
there. That's R&B 101
That's-
right there.
the
Final
leather
level.
jacket with the okay.
Nothing
Leather jacket, leather pants to match,
in the rain.
and then no top. That's crazy.
A couple rap dons do that though.
Yeah, because it's like gangster
You
R&B
know,
little
like,
piece, isn't
yeah,
it?
like this no top thing is a thing in America.
Yeah. But
That's
the thing is, when
not
you
real
when you're
place,
breaded up, you just wear like a shirt and
And a
bare
bust
chains. Once you got chains on, that's your t-shirt.
Yeah, that's your fabric.
and you got tattoos as well. It's
Yeah,
just, that
yeah.
just becomes the drip in it. So
Yeah, that becomes your personality trait.
yeah.
Bees like that. The hoes
Cut
love
through,
it.
innit? Is it the hoes love it? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had the ultra HD haircut.
Who
Mario as well.
I think was shot, bro.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
flipping the fade was mad HD.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
look at
dedicated
the
to my
gradient
locks,
on
but
this
it
joint.
made me miss a fade. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
bro, if I was to go back, that's the one I'm taking to my barber.
man had a Photoshop gradient.
This
on
one.
the fade.
Yeah. Nah, he's looking clean, man.
Mm.
Bro, if that's how you gonna do it like that,
And he ain't even drinking CMOS.
bro. What's your problem with CMOS, bro? Watermelon is what we're beefing right now. CMOS is fine, man.
Nah, I don't blame the watermelon. Although I don't like watermelons.
It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
but they were bought for no reason, bro. Someone was told to pick it up and bring it on stage, and no one had a word to say.
Someone sliced it.
Too many yes men around you.
Someone sliced it.
Someone
Too
sliced
many
it.
yes men.
Yeah. R and cringe, man. Like I said, man.
Too many yes men
Yuck.
because you couldn't bring a fucking watermelon around me and tell me that you're gonna eat it on stage,
Yeah, it's crazy scenes.
Would you cast
imitating,
Fols out
like-
if that's what he said?
bro. And you're seasoned done. This ain't the first time you've been singing about vagina. Compose yourself, bro.
What did you say earlier? Act like you've been there before.
Act like you.
Act
Like you've seen pussy before.
Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like he's been getting boxed since a teenage.
Yeah.
He hasn't lived life like an ordinary don.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, don't behave like this. Compose yourself.
Yeah. Act like how we act.
Yeah, composed, wholesome men.
Very, that's it. Composed, wholesome men. You know, so. But yeah, I'm done with R&B talk. I'm happy French Montana's back with the mac and cheese sound. Harry Fraud
Coke
produced.
Boys.
Coke Boys. That Shot Caller era.
Yeah.
You know, that Cocaine City DVD era. That Running Around with Max B era.
Yeah, man.
That's what
felt
it
like
felt
doing
like.
a line.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but doing lines.
Is mac and cheese like Guns and Money?
Yeah.
Oh, is that not? Sorry, I'm just like racking my brains. I was like,
no.
mac and cheese. Like I don't like. I'm
Mac
hungry now.
is
a gun and then
you ain't wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
Oh, okay.
And cheese, you know, is
I fancy
Paper.
mac and cheese right now, actually.
With lobster and truffle.
Is it called Montega? The album
Yeah,
from French Montana.
it was my gym workout soundtrack today.
That song of Rick Ross that you were playing. Yeah,
Hit my personal best when I was listening to that joint.
Kind of Girl. Yeah, I'm just happy. Obviously we've had the little pop era. We're just like he's made his money in it.
Yeah,
And I watched that little interviews. It's like we kind of really care what this does. I just want to go back. So I basically done what I've had to do. Now I can kind of do what I want to do in it. You know, fulfill my obligations with whatever labels and Bad Boy and Diddy, and if whether that was complicated or not. I don't know if you ever seen him really complain about that, but like, he just cracked on Diddy's thing. Had really big songs.
he has had
Enjoyed his moments, you know.
Yeah,
And now he's back to that essence. And like, he sounds very comfortable there.
he sounds
You don't like
super.
sound like he's missed a step at all.
Yeah, he sounds super comfortable. And this is sometimes where artists go off and do different things, right? They explore different sounds, which I'm not mad at them for doing so. But then there's also that perfect timing when they know when to go back to the essence. And I think that this is what he's done. Do you know what I mean? Because there was a disconnect with French for me for a few years.
Yeah,
You know
it made me less inclined to want to go listen to the album when I can see what you're kind of doing, and maybe I missed some gems possibly because of that.
Possibly, but I've always, tried to give a lot of these projects a listen.
Yeah.
If it doesn't keep me here, then I know that it
I
hasn't
tried.
really done its job. I've tried, innit?
Yeah, I tried.
This, I've listened to it with no real opposing or real other influences, because it's something that only I've seen 4 people talk about.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no real going into listening
You're not
to it.
clouded by anything. You just kind of go in
Absolutely.
there.
So I've gone in and I've enjoyed it.
Good to
And
hear.
I'm just like, right, I'm in the gym and I'm listening to it. The rhythm of Ross. Obviously, Ross makes everything sound rich. I was closing my eyes, lifting weights and thinking I was in that 350 pound a month gym that was circulating on Twitter the other day. I felt like I was in luxury. All of a sudden, like,
David Lloyd getting crazy,
bro, all of a sudden there's no more blisters lifting these dumbbells.
Bro, everything feels soft.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
like Aesop hand wash.
I hear you. Nah, I enjoyed the album, man. Nah, it's really good. So that Chris Brown's, Giveon's, single wise, Dave dropped a song, my 24th birthday.
He did 6 minutes long or something like that.
Dave likes a long song and that.
He does, man.
Went into a lot on there. Revealed a lot. Traveling, being on the kind of watch Obo, people onto you, spending X amount of money on the house, and
Very serious to celebrate your 24th.
Yeah.
What I was doing was very different.
Yeah, but it's a different kettle of fish, innit? So
different
Claire
tax
and stuff,
bracket,
innit?
boy.
So
I was still struggling.
just another
Still
example
am.
of the gap. Yeah, just another example of the gap between Dave and all like his peers, age wise and peers, success wise. He just this is little surprise drops and like how kind of people kind of just stop. Oh my god, Dave's dropped music. It just shows like where he's kind of at.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like he knows the position that he's in, and he can drop things like this.
Yeah.
Starlight, it was a throwaway and it went number 1.
Yeah, I still don't get the hype by that, but I'm happy for him.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and then obviously he drops this, and it's on like playlists that are talking about turning up.
Yeah, but that's just the beauty of being a big artist. You just, like I said, cheat codes, innit? And jumping. People might position you in places where you don't necessarily belong, but your name holds so much weight where like it is what it is, innit? Yeah. So, but yeah, no, good rhythm.
Still showing these guys that he's match fit still.
Bro, he can rap, man. The boy can rap, man.
Yeah.
the only other person I keep mentioning his name, Young Stefflon out here. He tweeted that he's got a collaboration with Chipmunk, so I'm very interested to see what that sounds like. You know, because that's someone that again is very, very match fit. Of course, success wise and big artist wise is not on a level of.
We don't care about that. I want to see like the run that you're on. Like I'm fucking with this run. Yeah, that young Steph is on.
Bro, that
like
Barcodes remix with Gigs on there. He's got Gigs sounding.
Like he's sounding
old
top form.
Gigs and Steph is doing his thing as well. So yeah. The last performance I think we spoke about quickly. Did you see some of the Glastonbury footage?
Yeah.
What did you think about Kendrick coming out there with the thorns?
I thought it was ridiculous. Like
Blasphemous.
you can come up with all the deeper meanings that you can come with, yeah. But I was just like, what is this, bro? Perform.
I think it's too much theatrics.
Just a little bit.
Theatrics. I have a list for it. Forgive me.
I saw him like performing at Paris Fashion Week, and it was nice and smooth.
Or he sat down in there.
Yeah, man. Like just sounded so clear. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's been a tough week for the Christians, man. Abortions. You've got Kendrick on there with the head of thorns. It's been a rough week, man.
But I don't know, man. He saw Glastonbury and thought statement piece. But for me, that's not
a
it.
Statement piece, you know.
Like for me, that weren't it. But I enjoyed the content over the weekend at Glastonbury. I can't lie. Shouts to Remy Bergs.
Her first Glastonbury experience.
Yeah, she was on BBC Two on Friday night.
Yeah.
Who else performed? Burner's set was great.
Bro, the first half of that is just a medley. It's just like literally a shubs. It was just banger, banger, banger. And then he spoke a little bit about people that they've lost recently, and then went into it. But that first half is it's literally a medley, just cold.
Bro, the Donny is something else when it comes to performing as well.
I told you the gap between him and the other two is big.
Yeah, because I think I was speaking with you, Chrissy, that I don't think either of the other two that you're talking about, I don't think they could have done a set like this.
No, they can't. And that's his
no diss to them, but
his
it's just
I've seen
how
him
he
in Paris. I've seen him in, I think it was in Madison Square Garden or somewhere in America. Just like
Madison Square, his concert.
Bro,
yeah.
he's shelling, bro. You was at the Wembley one, was you, am I wrong?
I was, yeah, the African Giant one.
Bro, and it's like he's killing it. Anytime he's up there, it feels like when you're speaking about earlier about like the Giveons and people seizing their moment, he seizes his moment every time he's on stage.
He seizes the moment, but he strikes me as someone that is also involved in everything.
Yeah.
The band was correct.
Like they were just all in sync. They all like, you know, when you've got like someone that you want to work with or that you want to work for, it just seemed like everyone was really in sync because he took time.
And there's the regular faces behind him doing the backing vocals, whether they're in Paris, whether they're in America.
Yeah, he's got his people. He's got his people, and like he's a Donny that probably like sits with his musical director when he's constructing a set and just like, yeah, this is how it needs to go, and he just vibes. And then he also has the rapport with the crowd as well. There was a lot of new fans that he generated on.
Did you see the Donny that tweeted? The older white gentleman tweeted about.
I thought it was so lovely.
I think I can't remember. What did he say specifically?
To say that I found this. I think he said like a new artist. You get to discover new artists.
Yeah.
And people were being very obtuse.
But
they knew what he meant.
Our countrymen over there were getting onto like, Burner's not new, but he's new to me, bro.
Yeah.
I found him here today, and also the guy's kind of showing you like where he's at in life. So I'm going to buy the CD. No one buys CDs. That kind of tells you what type of listener he's. An older gentleman. That was
so cute.
He's at the festival. He's at Glastonbury, whatever, and he found someone that's new to him.
Yeah.
Let him go and find Burner.
Say what you want about Burner, but I think he is generational.
Yeah. His thing's pattern, man. It's different, man.
He's one of those guys, mate.
Bro, last.
Everybody go
shop breakfast.
Shy you. Bro, I was just yelling that randomly. My ayo. Bro,
don't cry, yo. I need you for
I wake up on a Monday morning, my ayo. Bro. Bruv, like, nah, he's lit.
You got people that don't even know what they're singing along, just singing along. Like, I don't know, but like,
people were like, oh yeah, I don't know why it's being played in weddings, and I was like, it's vibes, bro.
It's a banger, bro.
It's a banger, bro. You've seen the video how all them niggas are behaving in this compound. They're not in pain.
You can always tell. It's like when we threw our party, I knew that like there was gonna be a moment on the night when that comes on. I'm gonna have my phone out and this is footage.
Fam.
Anybody that's doing like promo clips from their parties and their events, everyone's using that as the background
Yeah.
song because it's a banger, bro.
Fam, it's a
Vibes.
banger.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
And very, very unexpected like choice of sample stuff. So yeah, it's so cold in it. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw Meg
yeah, she was up
Meg
there.
Thee Stallion
She was
shaking
showing,
ass.
she was showing that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I didn't feel that Meg wouldn't have been my first choice. I feel like
Was she headline at Glastonbury for the?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
that for me was a bit
main
left
stage.
because her music, or no, I don't think the way she performed it translated well to a festival.
Okay.
Award show, yeah, fine, but that for me, I think it was a bit like,
it just I don't know.
it didn't
One
give.
day, and I hope it's not too soon because I want to enjoy and be successful. We'll have a proper, honest conversation with Megan. I'm going to get all my ducks in a row about why there's something that probably hurt her a lot more along the journey, because I think this is a small snippet of like the look and the people handling you, the people you're attached to look after you can get you, but maybe that's too early. But because of everything around her with Tory and that, any critique comes across as misogynistic and all that stuff. So it's like you want to leave it alone, but I'm happy you got the look. Cool, but
She keeps getting looks. This is the thing.
because of who she's attached to,
Yeah.
who's looking after her now, so she will get the looks, innit?
Yeah. So
Q jump in it.
yeah.
When you're- Come on, we've been at certain parties. Money lining up.
Oh, flex.
Who else performed in Glastonbury over the week?
Those are ones that I just that I saw and
Yeah.
cared about, and I don't want to
Anyone from here?
get.
Get
The footage
Yes.
I've seen.
Yes.
Cold.
Gets
Up there, drippy, and
Yeah.
everybody in the crowd is
Engaged.
Gets, man.
Gets is another one, bro, that he knows how to command the stage. He knows how to
He's
sound
well
on a
trained, well
microphone.
seasoned. So
He knows it, bro.
yeah, when he gets his
knows
opportunity, he don't play with them, innit? And like, anytime I see him perform, it's like this might be my last performance. That's the energy I get from him and he's just up there going for it. So yeah, Gets, Burner, Meg,
Kendrick. There was like a
Kendrick.
lot of Stormzy reruns.
yeah, of course,
Over the
of course,
weekend as well.
because that's iconic and that. So,
Yeah.
but those ones I saw. I'm gonna go back and watch some other stuff. I'm sure I missed some probably really good performances.
Sims.
I didn't
She
see Sims
brought
as well.
out the lovely Cleo Soul
I didn't see that. No, was it
as
good?
well. Yeah, man.
Okay.
You're gonna get great chemistry from them two anyway.
Dope.
So yeah.
I'm happy with that. But heavy. This is Music Tuesday, Music Thursday for you guys. Heavy music talk this week. But
Yes, sir.
I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've definitely enjoyed hanging out with my peoples. Please make sure you use the hashtag,
Come on.
which is off the cuff pod. Use it on absolutely everything. Get involved in the conversation. I definitely want to hear people's thoughts and opinions on verses.
Yes.
RoevWade,
Yes.
big talking point. Certain women not being good women, you know.
Yeah.
Love Island chat, Ekinsu, you know, from your tribe.
Bye.
Oh yeah, Brent Fraser's coming next.
Okay.
I think.
Cool.
Oh, can I quickly give a recommendation
Yes.
of
Go
something
on.
that I've watched?
Go
So
on.
this is an aside. I watched 8 Mile for the first time the other day.
Okay.
Shouts to you.
Shout out to you.
I missed the boat on that one, but great.
Fine.
One of them is called The Lazarus Project.
All right.
You can find it on Now TV or Sky. It's the Sky Movies Sky series original.
Okay.
The Lazarus Project is about a secret part of the government, kind of like MI5, MI6, they have the ability to rewind time, and their purpose is to stop extinction level events. So
Right. Natural disasters.
yeah, all of those things. So
terrorist
they can turn time back by a year to the 1st of July every year.
Okay.
Not every single year, but they can do that. And it just follows the story of like the implications. So not everyone, only 1% of the population are born with this gene that allows them to remember the time that they've gone back by. And then the rest of the agents in this squad are given some sort of injection.
Okay.
So it speaks about the like implications of that, because if you have a baby and then time goes back, you don't have the same baby. But if you actually remember it, then
Okay.
crazy. Then the second one is called Cobra, also on Sky or Now TV. That is about the government in the UK as well, and how they deal with like crisis level disasters. So in the first series, there's a power outage nationally. So it just looks at like chaos breaking out, but it's very realistic, gripping stuff. Highly recommend.
One thing that the UK can produce is a great drama.
Woo!
Oh, dramatics, they love it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Listen, there's a lot of great dramas within British television.
Yeah, that film on abortion I was referring to is called Vera Drake, and it was Imelda Staunton who I was referring to, was the actress, this lady, I don't remember. I don't know if you ever watched that Vera Drake film.
Oh,
yeah.
she's such a babe from Harry Potter.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the film I was referring to. But yeah, man, as I said, use the hashtag Off the Cuff Pod, get involved in the conversation.
Yeah.
Please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe on the YouTube channel. Super important. Leave us a review as well, please, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And yeah, we'll be back next week.
Peace.
Bye. That's when the music comes in. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.